Good morning. Welcome to CSS 143 Document Productions. My name is Deb Giblin, and I will be your main instructor for the OTS program and for the Document Productions course. First thing I want to remind you is that this is an accelerated course. We'll do this course starting Monday, August 26th, and we will continue through the end of October. Monday, October 28th is when we will start Outlook. There are 10 chapters we will cover in this course. We have 10 weeks, so we need to be on track to cover a chapter a week. We'll have tests after every 2 chapters. So for instance, we will do chapter 1, chapter 2, and then we'll have our test before moving on to chapter 3. The tests are usually due every Sunday night by 11:55 p.m. The assignments for this course are due on Wednesday nights. Before you get started, when you log into MyMTI and you click on the CSS 143 shell, you will see my little welcome letter. My welcome letter tells you the things really that you need to do before getting started with the actual class. The first thing you need to do is go ahead and download the first couple chapters for this class. As I've said before in emails, it's important for you to understand the new Word book is not quite available. Reason is, Mitchell Tech prides themselves on having the latest and greatest software. Well, the latest and greatest software out there right now is Office 2013. We made the transition to it, and we were probably a little ahead of things because we made the transition before the books were completely done. So we will be getting the books hopefully in the next few weeks. In the meantime, we'll have to be reading through the chapters on a PDF. If you have an iPad or another computer, that's probably the easiest way to do it. You know, read on one screen and do on the other. Makes it the easiest for following through and doing the sample problems. So right here it shows you the URL you're going to go to get the PDFs that you need. Here's the username and the password. I've already logged on to it. Once you log on with the username and password, this is where you will go. The very first assignment is chapter 1. You will click on that and you will see the chapter. As you scroll down, you have all the chapter information. Before I get too far into that, I'm going to go back over into the document production shell, and I want you to click on coursework. Coursework is where you will see all of your assignments that are due. So for instance, in Unit 1, you have 3 things. 1, to download the files. I haven't showed you how to do that yet. 2 is to get started on Chapter 1. And 3 is to create a SAMS account. And I'll show you how to do that here in a second too. When I click on, I'm going to switch to a student view so I see it just as you do. Right now I was viewing it as a faculty. Okay, so as I click on as I click on chapter 1, it'll give me the whole assignment. Read the objectives for chapter 1 on page 1 before you begin chapter 1. It's important to read what you're going to be learning before actually getting started. Then read and complete the sample problem on page WD2 through WD54. Submit the file named Adventure Flyer when you finish the chapter activity. Now, I actually have a sneak peek in the actual book, so I've noticed through the PDFs, the pages are a little different, but they're pretty close. So just, bear with me on this. When I go to chapter 1, notice the very first page, it doesn't say page 1, but the objectives are on the first page at the bottom. Those are the objectives you need to go through. Then as you'll notice, there's pages at the bottom, so WD3. You're going to go through and follow and do everything that they are doing, read through it. On the right-hand sides, there's all the BTW, the by the ways. Those are always really good tips. So go ahead and read through those. Read through your shortcuts. You don't have to memorize them, but the more ways you know how to do things is going to make you more efficient. When I get down, see I'm on page 16 now. And this is actually what I'm creating, this adventure flyer, which is what I'm going to submit at the very end. And through the online orientation, you should have learned how to submit files. I would also create some really clear Word folders so you know where to save things. Create a Word folder, and then an assignment folder, and even a data files folder. So I'm going to kind of flip down all the way 2-page, very end. I think it's 54, 46. Notice, okay, I'm getting to the end, and that's pretty much your finished product that you're going to submit to me. And then it's got the chapter summary. When you get to the chapter summary, you know you've hit the end of the chapter. As you can see, there's lots more pages. These are the labs. In some chapters I assign labs and some I don't. Chapter 1 is pretty easy. You're creating a flyer. It's going to be review for a lot of you and new for a lot of you. So if it's new and you don't feel you've grasped the concept, go ahead and do a lab or two. You can send them to me to look at. I'm not going to grade them, but you can sure do them. These are just all the extra labs. So some of you I know have asked, but there's 64 pages. Well, that's because those are all labs. I'm not requiring you to do all of that. Okay, when I go back to my shell in Word, also I see a link for the data files. When I go to my data files, I'm going to get my book companion, and I put that URL in, and right here, data files for students, and you're going to go ahead, it's only got chapters 1 through 3 data files right now. As the book's complete and there's more chapters, you'll have to go back to this spot to download the others. But when you go and download them, then you could just copy them and paste them to a folder on your desktop called data files. You don't want to have to go here every time you need them. You want them actually somewhere probably on your desktop. And then the last thing you have to do this week is to create a SAMS account. Inside the coursework and the Create SAMS account, there's step-by-steps. And you'll also see in the handout section, there's step-by-steps on how to create a SAMS account. You're just going to go to the URL, it tells you in the directions, and you're going to click New User. It's going to tell you what to put in for your new username and password, and there's steps. I think there's 10 or 11 steps to creating and to adding to my class. I will then go into SAMS and see that you've added and then give you points. There's nothing for you to submit in this assignment. All these assignments are actually, some of them are due on Wednesday and some are due by the end of next week. So again, we're moving fast because it's an accelerated program. Please call, email, text, or Skype me if you have any questions. I am here to help you. If you feel you're stressed and struggling, then that means you need to ask for help, and that's what I'm here for. I hope you have a great semester, and I can't wait to get to know each of you. Have a good day.